Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Ensenada, Baja California. I'm here at the San Nicolas Hotel. It's a gorgeous little place. Love it here. And of course, I'm gathering content for you down here in Mexico. In fact, we're going to have some boats down here that we're going to check out so you can see how affordable it is and actually see the boat and talk to the captain. I'll have a lot of that when I get back from Mexico in the coming days. And also, we are going to have some other content that we're putting together for you. I was over at Louis Prieto's bar, the tequila's bar in Ensenada, and there was sitting a commercial fisherman who was 10 minutes away from putting his bow toward Hawaii and going out and long lining. So I had a little chat with him. That was kind of fun. And of course, we're going to cover the Southern California bite, the long range bite, and everything in between, including some really gusty wind. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh my God, they make a good cup of coffee, thank God, here at the San Nicolas Hotel in Ensenada. In fact, I walked over to a little convenience store about 5 this morning, got a cup, nursed it till they opened up here at 7 a.m. And man, I am rocking and rolling. Hey, don't forget, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. If you could share these videos with a friend, that is also deeply appreciated. Remember to subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel and click that little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. Also, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Always a pleasure to be there daily for you all. Well, we've had a great trip so far down here in Mexico Lindo. Of course, I'll get you up to date on all that, but let's start out by talking about what's going on in the long range situation. The Red Rooster 3 had a good trip on some big grade yellowfin tuna. They had fish to over 300 pounds, several fish in the 200-pound class. And then down from there, they had wahoo and some other species mixed in with it. So some pretty darn good fishing for the Red Rooster 3. In addition to that, the Royal Polaris now heading down on an 18-day trip. They haven't started fishing yet, but they're heading south down the Baja coast. Hopefully they'll come up with some fish here very, very soon. We'll be watching a bluefin tuna. We're watching that out of San Diego. May get some coverage here this weekend. Now, we have extremely windy conditions in SoCal today. Most of that wind, but not all of it, is, I want to say, from like the Santa Monica Bay, Redondo Beach, California, up north of there, up into the Channel Islands, where we have a gale warning in effect right now. So it is quite nasty. But some of that wind extends down the coast. You get to the border and down here, and there's a little breeze going on, but really not that bad. So once again, we have some really dangerous seas up there in that neck of the woods. It's going to be short-lived. We're going to get back to some nicer weather on Friday, and the weekend looks absolutely perfect. And while we're on the subject of the weekend, El Patron sold out this Saturday, going to Catalina Island, but St. Patrick's Day, they are going to Catalina Island. They've got a few spots open on that one. They're running out of Long Beach sport fishing, 310-432-8993. Also, we have got up there out of Ventura sport fishing, we've got the Island Spirit going Saturday and Sunday. They're going to have gorgeous weather. Their last trip, they had halibut, lots of whitefish. They're going to try to catch more sheepshead Saturday, Sunday. Ventura sport fishing. Book online or call the office and mention preseason 20. That's the secret code. And you get 20% off your ticket. That's until April the 1st. If you book any trip for the rest of the year, they'll knock 20% off if you do it before April the 1st. But certainly for this weekend, you can take advantage of that. And on the Island Spirit, kids fish free this Sunday. 12 years and under with a paid adult, and you get to go fishing for free. So that is something you should really take advantage of. All right, let's get back to our bluefin tuna situation offshore there. We are watching that so very closely for you. Hopefully we'll get that coverage and start to catch more. Here in the recent last couple of weeks or so, the Old Glory had a trip where they had 24 bluefin tuna, and the Polaris Supreme on a 2-day trip had 18 bluefin. The bluefin on board the Polaris Supreme in the 50 to 150 pound class. Over there on the Old Glory, they had a shot of 40 to 60 pound stuff, but they had some fish up to 70 pounds. So there is bluefin around. We're going to have to watch it very closely. And I was talking to some commercial Mexican fishermen yesterday here in Ensenada, and they tell me there's a good volume of bluefin tuna not that far from Ensenada, 50 miles or so. So they have seen it, and hopefully we're going to see more and more of it as we go along, that bluefin tuna. All right, into SoCal we go, and let's just talk about the entire big picture right now. Sculpin, whitefish, halibut, wintertime sand and calico bass, picking at it, nothing wide open. Scott Buchert was on board the Mission Belle yesterday on a half-day trip out of Point Loma sport fishing in San Diego. It's a pretty good bass fishing, you know, if you worked hard at it, choose a good hot bait, change that bait regularly, listen to the captain and crew, you could do pretty good, Scott said. So not bad, and we see the Premier down there picking at the bass, sculpin, whitefish, occasional halibut over there on the dolphin. We're seeing pretty good fishing. Up there around Dana Wharf sport fishing, same kind of a situation. Whitefish, some nice sheep's head occasionally, nothing to scoff at for sure. And then you get up to the Long Beach, San Pedro area. Remember, today's pretty breezy. We'll see how this all pans out. This wind is supposed to go until this afternoon, let's say that. But up there, we continue to see that same thing, sculpin, whitefish, that kind of a thing. And the occasional nice halibut hit. The Native Sun yesterday was 7 halibut. Our buddy John Garza. John, you're making a habit of this, man. He was on a trip with us on board the Amigo and had a bluefin over 200 pounds. Recently had a halibut over 20 pounds on board the Native Sun. He did it again yesterday. So, John, we love you here at Friedman Adventures. Nice going. 7 halibut on the Native Sun. John Garza with one over 20 pounds. They continue to have a really great season. Of course, the Pride's been fishing overnight trips where here recently they had 80 halibut for 16 guys. They had limits of flat fishing and incredible days fishing. They followed that up with some teen counts like 16, 18, like that, something like that. So they've had some really good fishing, no question about it. Up there in the Channel Islands, we are seeing some really good white fishing, some good sheep's head fishing, and Ventura Harbor sport fishing will be at it again. We got the California, the full day trips running out of there. We have got the Island Spirit running out of their half day, extended half day. They leave at 8 in the morning and come back at 4, and sometimes later than that. If they're having a good time and everybody on board says, hey, Cap, we're in, man, let's stay a little later, they will definitely do that. Once again, knock 20% off, kids fish free on Sunday. I don't know how you can beat it. 805-676-3474. Take advantage of that. It's tax season. Tim Marquez, he's your man, a best income tax. Give Tim a call today and relieve that tax burden. And also, don't forget, if you have heating or air conditioning or both, you have needs in those fields, you definitely want to contact John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. John will take great care of you. Give him a call today. In the surf, we continue to see good fishing, but it's really nasty. It's too nasty today. It should calm down tomorrow, and by the weekend, it should get even better. I might even be out there this weekend goofing off somewhere. We had so much fun on our last surf fishing events, I should say. We had a lot of people out there and a lot of fish caught. Who knows? Maybe we'll do something. Give me a second here to think about that when I get through with this report. Really good. I mean, we see some halibut in the surf. We see some yellowfin croaker, spotfin croaker. Good barred perch fishing. That has been the rule all year long. It's been really, really good. And I'm talking about from down here in Mexico, as well as right on up across the border, San Diego area. We've seen it. We've seen it up there in, Bolsa Chica, Huntington Beach, up there in the Santa Monica Bay. It's really been excellent fishing in the surf. I don't know how you can beat it, man. It's been really fun. And don't forget Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Wait a minute. I think it's that way. I'm not sure. I'm a little confused down here. But a Big Fish Bait and Tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. They've got a great derby going on right now. Biggest bar perch this month. Gets a beautiful custom rod. And of course, they've got all the bait you need and so much more. Great place. Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Make sure you drop by, pick up all the bait you'll need, and get involved in that derby. It's free, by the way. All you do is go to Big Fish, buy the ruler there, and then use that ruler to measure your catch and upload it to the Instagram page of Big Fish Bait and Tackle. You get the biggest perch, you get a custom rod. Next month, another contest. Next month after that, another one. All free, custom rod every single month for the remainder of the year. We may not have it in December, but we're planning on going on and on and on. So That is really great stuff. Don't forget, we have got some great charters this year. We're on the Apollo for a reverse 2.5-day trip that looks to be fantastic. We still have room on our 5-day trip on board the Independence. That is going April 4th through the 9th. And of course, we've got a lot more going on. All right, I got to get down to one of the sport fishing landings here. I'm late, and I'm apologizing in advance if this went up late on YouTube. Sometimes Wi-Fi connection here in Mexico is a little bit difficult and the upload is slow. In any case, I hope you get to come down here and experience this. It is really fun and great, and we're gonna have a lot of great sport fishing opportunities for you here in Mexico as I'll be putting this content out in the coming days. All right, I'll be standing on the beach in Surfside again on Saturday morning. Can't wait to see you then. In the meantime, really appreciate you joining us. And from Ensenada, Baja California, thanks for joining us. I hope to see you really, really soon.